So today we'll be discussing a process that is related to Sweden. So it's Sweden study visa process, like the process where you gain the admission, you apply for the visa and the rest. So today we'll be discussing Sweden study visa. But first of all, I need to let you know that Swedish school fee is not on the cheap side. It's quite expensive. So I would want to liken Swedish, tuition fee to the likes of UK, if not more, actually, because for Sweden, sometimes their school fee ranges from like €25 to €4,000 per semester, actually per semester, not per year. And even schools with that 25, they might be quite difficult to get. So Sweden school fee is quite expensive, but the good thing about Sweden is that they are family friendly. Now with Sweden, you can actually be a student and take your family. And according to information that I have, I would still do more research on this information, is that once you're a master's student, postgraduate, whatever, and you're there with your partner can actually go to school for free since you are paying. But now, there's no guarantee that the job you get as a student would be able to continue paying your school fees, and that's why people go to Sweden with their partners, their kids sometimes that are old enough to go to school, while one of the partner is working fully, the one that is a student is working partly, like part-time work, like 20 hours per week. And so basically I'll be showing you a little bit of the demo regarding Sweden study visa, a little bit of the demo. I'll be showing you what it takes to first apply for the university, and this time right now is like the best period to apply for Sweden admission. This is the best period. The admission is open currently, and it has been open since like October. So from October to January, and then one will be open till April. So basically, one good thing about the admission process is that it is a centralized platform where all the schools are, the courses they offer, and the rest. You can still route to the school website to check more details, but they have a centralized system. When you go to universityadmissions.se, you can search for any course you want, their school fee, if the admission is open or not. It's like the German, also the website using that. So the same thing works with Sweden, universityadmission.se. This is where you see all the courses. You can filter by what you are looking into, the courses that are offered. Not a lot of bachelors are offered in English language, but for masters there are a lot of them. I think about 1,000 of them are offered in English language. So you can search and look at their tuition fee. There's even a link that routes to the school website to the same course you're planning to look into on the school website. So you can do all of this by going to universityadmissions.se, and you can navigate your way, look at their requirements. Most likely, from what I've read, the requirements is for master students, actually, your certificate, your transcripts. Well, some of them would say they require like English language proficiency, but most of the time, if you did your bachelor's in English language, you will just probably need a letter to say, okay, your medium of instruction during your bachelor's degree is actually English language. So basically, and afterwards, then you proceed for the embassy application. Okay, so this is a short demo on how to get to the admission platform. So from google.com, you can just type in universityadmissions.se, as you can see from the screen. So when you get to the website, is the first one that pops up, then you click on it, and then it takes you to the centralized place where you can see the admission. So for autumn 2024, let's say for example I want to check for engineering, as a keyword. So I'm choosing computer science and engineering, and everything on this website that has, computer engineering, computer science would pop up. On the left hand side, you can filter by whatever you want. Let's say you want to filter by master's degree, we can do that and see all the courses available in masters. You can see the ones that the application period is open from October to January. We can also narrow down as much as possible. We can narrow down by the language also, to be sure that all the courses you are looking at are actually done in English language. And as you can see, you see different courses with different credits. So for a full master's, usually it is 120 credits. For short courses, you can see things like 30 credits and the rest. So, and let's say, for example, you see some of them even have the application period not open. So let's say, for example, we want to click on this international master's program in computer engineering. We want to, once you select it, you see it in my selection, and you can go into the the next page, check for the details, where you can see the school fee. As you can see, 69,000 SEK, and the full tuition is 276, which means for 4 semesters. When the course is starting 2nd of September, the language of instruction, you can see more details. It's a full-time course. That is where to click if you want to start the admission, how to prioritize your selection and submit your application and confirmation. You can even click on this link to route straight to the school website in order to see more information. So when you route to the school website, you'll be able to see whether the courses are open, see even more details compared to what you saw on that centralized platform. So from this detail, you can see that some admission are not open yet. They will be open by March, and some are open right now, which will close by 15th of January. As you can see, the difference between these two is the specialization. The specialization for one is intelligent system and networks, and the specialization for the other one is actually virtual AI. So but both of them are under computer science or computer engineering and the rest. So once you're ready to apply, your specialization, you can just click on to application, and then from there you proceed and things like. So let's return back to google.com so that I can also show you the platform of how to apply for the visa. So all you need to do is to type in swedenabroad.se, and of course the first thing that pops up on the Google search, you can go in there, try to, if you are using Chrome, change to English, and from there you can click on the menu and go to for non-Swedish. So from the for non-Swedish, you can go into Sweden ? And this is where you will see for studying in Sweden. This platform is where you will see all the details for visa application. So at this point, you'll be able to see where they say click on Swedish Migration Agency, because they said you'll find more details, because usually when you're applying for visa more than 3 months, usually it is called permits. So permits for studying, that's what we are looking for. And so on this page, we are able to go to how to apply for resident permits for studies in higher education. So not extending, because now we are assuming you're applying for the first time. That's the assumption. So from this page, you'll be able to navigate your way to, if you intend to study at undergraduate or graduate level at a university or university college. This first one, actually, I still went down a little bit. I was just looking at some of the options, which you can also read up to have more details. So we return back to the first option on it, which is what we are looking for, and then we click on apply for resident permit for undergraduate or graduate study. So this information is where you see all the details that you need to apply for resident permit in order to be able to go to Sweden. If you are also bringing in your partner, these are places you get all the information you need. What type of proof of fund are they looking at? As you can see, from January 1st this year, they changed their proof of fund to 9,450 SEK per month, and quite so many embassy would require that you show at least a year of that fund. But these are platform where you can read, more details about what Sweden University. It's not so much of a requirement when it comes to the visa process. The requirement is quite few, and I'll quickly just run through them right now. It's quite few. So I'll run through the part of the study, so that you see what are the major requirements for studying. So basically, for study visa, for study visa, they call it permit, since it's more than 3 months, so they call it resident permit for studying and stuff like that. So basically, their requirement. Okay, so basically, one of their requirements is they'll be asking you for copies of your international passport, which is like basic. They'll be asking you for admission letter from a university in Sweden. They'll be asking you for document to prove that you have sufficient fund. Now, the current amount they require of you right now is like, I think, 9,400 SEK. And 9,400 SEK is roughly, I don't know, we'll do the calculation. So they probably will be asking you to show at least a year of that fund. Usually most countries usually ask for a year to show that you have that fund in your account. And they'll be asking for a copy of insurance documents, and of course you would have to pay for your application fee for your permit. So basically, this is how Sweden works. There's no lot of stories about Sweden. You get into the website for admission, you run your admission, have all the copies of your educational documents in PDF, scan it over to them. If there is a need for legalization, for different countries they have different ways of legalizing. I'll put the information in the overview of the video. I'll put the link down there. Normally, for every school you apply to abroad, you need to legalize in Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. This is basic. Everybody who have tried getting admission into a school abroad would always go through this. Ministry of Education, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, you need to legalize your bachelor's certificate and your transcript in these two places before you are able. For Czech Republic, there's something called super legalization. You need to do it at the embassy. So Sweden might also require like a legalization in their own embassy also, which I know Poland does, Czech does, German also does it, but they stopped it around the COVID time for some period. I don't know if they are back to it. So most of them would also want like some checks to be done on your educational document. So I think that's all about Czech. In between this video there'll be a demo showing where you can get all this information about the embassy, information about the admission and how to get admission. Sometimes they want you to pay like application fee for your admission. In some Swedish schools they ask for something like maybe 50 SEK, or I don't know, different schools with different requirements. So all you need to do first of all is to know the school you're planning to go to, know the course you would like to do, know the tuition fee, and know if it's something within your budget, and then move on from there. And there's always an email to reach out to, admission contact to reach out to. For every admission you do, you can write them an email if you have any problem, or if you are not able to log in or something like that. There's always a backup person you can reach out to. So that will be all about Sweden study visa. See you.